What's up, guys? This is episode 5 of Running with Rabbits.
4 or 5, I can't remember. I lost count. I haven't been counting. Honestly.
We've screwed up on 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But anyways, by now...
Nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault.
But anyways, most of y'all should know who we are.
I don't know who I am half the time.
I don't... I can't deal with you.
I'm on my bullshit today.
I can tell. It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I wanted to shove pencils in some people's ears.
Probably.
No, not probably. No. There was very close times where I was like, you know what? Murder doesn't sound bad.
We do not support violence on this channel.
I don't, but, you know, if you want to be retarded,
There it is.
some people get angry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
It'd be like that on the big jobs.
they really do. They really do. Some people just aren't smart.
But anyways, today's probably going to be one of our least planned conversations.
We've got some stuff we want to talk about later on down the line, fairly soon, that we're compiling for y'all. This one is going to be more kind of laid back, of just random bullshit, kind of like most of them, but you know, probably more random bullshit.
Depending on how this one goes, we're going to be everywhere, and we're actually going to stand for what our name is.
We're not currently standing; we're actually sitting. I told you I'm on my bullshit.
I can tell.
It's gonna be cut
I
short.
just
Sean's gonna
stated.
walk out.
I just stated we do not support violence, but you're making me want to commit acts of violence here.
I'm good at that, ain't I?
Very, very, very good.
It's my superpower. How do I work?
The world would be doomed if you had superpowers.
I think it might be better. Oh, I figured it out.
Huzzah! You're a genius.
20 minutes. We're normally up and running faster than today. We started at what? Yeah, almost 9 o'clock.
Well, we started working on stuff.
We're attempting to get better cameras. The camera we're using is my phone, which is a good camera, not bad, but I would like to have my phone with me. Because that's where most of my...
That's where we share a lot of information back and forth. That is, I mean, typically like anybody else. We use our phones 90% of the time for our research. Yes, we have Devin's laptop and we can Google stuff, but on our phones, again, just like everyone else, we have information saved.
Right, and I think I bought this in like 2019 or so.
Nah, you don't want me to bring out my dinosaur.
I've seen that one. That one, I'm surprised it works. It's on its last leg, but it works.
It cuts on.
Which is a miracle.
The last time I tried to pull up anything, it took it like 2 hours to finally load something up. It is extremely slow. But I've had that computer since I was 14, 15.
That's not a computer.
And it wasn't it was new. It wasn't a used computer, but it wasn't the newest model when it was purchased.
Mm-hmm.
It was on sale.
You know, they work.
Yeah,
they work. It can look things up, and
not no more. I mean, but it did. I haven't tried it on the main Wi-Fi. I've only tried it up here in the shop on the booster. So it may be the booster. It may be the computer. Who knows?
I don't get technology half the time anyway. I mean, I bought the new iPhone, and it does all this crazy stuff. I don't know what all it is. I can look things up. I can call, and it can play music.
Yeah.
That's really all I need.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
And like they keep coming out with all this new stuff, and they'll show you all these commercials about it, but there's...
I don't know what it does.
I have no idea how to access it or do anything like that.
I watch YouTube. What does my phone do? It's like an hour-long video. I'm like, I'm not.
Mine's a 13 or 14, and again, it wasn't the latest, greatest thing. I think I bought it when the... If I bought it when the 15s come out, it's a 13. But if I bought it when the 16s come out, it's a 14.
It's a 14.
14. Yeah,
yep.
There you go. So, yeah, so I bought this whenever the 16s come out. Because I didn't want the latest, greatest, because I didn't want to pay... That was whenever the 16s come out at like a they were like just over $1,000 or like $1,200, whatever they were when they first hit the market. And I was like, I'm not paying that much money for a phone.
It's stupid.
I had a 9 when I upgraded to my 13.
I got a 9 right now. Not on me, it's in the car.
Not that 9. Not that 9. That would be a good episode for us one day.
What, I just pull out all my guns?
Not necessarily just show off all your guns, but like we have like a mini range day.
We talked about it last week, and actually yesterday would have been a great time to do that. Semi.
Yes and no, because I didn't have all my guns and you didn't have all yours. We had very few. It was a fun time.
It was.
But
I could have gone over the 4 pillars of gun safety.
Yeah, we could teach a little gun safety for some folks out there. We can.
Yeah.
You could essentially give gun advice for first time shooters or because I know a couple of people that have handguns and don't shoot them all the time. They have them for personal defense and everything, and they know how to handle the gun safely, but they're not proficient with their firearm. And we can give tips and tricks on that.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I got a lot of people that come in the shop and like, y'all do classes? I'm like, I don't. I can send you somewhere that does, just because I don't have a range, but I could point them to that.
Yeah, you can show them that video at least, and at least it's a video of knowledge. I mean, there's probably hundreds of videos already out there, but
there are a lot, but which nothing beats hands-on anyway. But
yeah, but I mean, for those that can't get to a range or doesn't have a range, because realistically, back in my hometown, I don't think there's a range until you get up here by us.
You know what I didn't do?
What's that?
Fit the picture to the screen like I normally do.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Continue talking while I'm fucking around. I'm normally more prepared than this. I don't know what's going on tonight.
We've been all over the place today. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy weekend. I was almost willing to let Devin remove my right eye with a fork yesterday. I was cutting grass and got a piece of wood lodged in my eye, and tried flushing it, tried rinsing it out with the sink, tried eye drops, tried everything, and it just wouldn't come out.
I was about to grab the spoon.
I was fine with a fork.
Well, yeah, but at least with the spoon, we can possibly get it to the hospital. And might be able to say we'll put it in a little Coleman cooler.
We did just grab one of Ashley Stanley's and put some ice in there.
That'd be fine. I mean, knowing you probably wouldn't want to keep the eye because it gives you an opportunity to get an eye patch and start your dream as a pirate.
I do want to be a pirate,
right? Arg.
But speaking of pirates,
just download movies illegally on the internet. Don't do that. That's not. I don't condone that. That's a federal offense. Wink.
Wink.
I don't. Like
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Right. Don't do that. Definitely don't.
Yeah, this video is definitely getting taken down.
Nah, it'll be fine. I haven't said worse things that I could say, but
you could. But we're trying to refrain from that. We might start a sub podcast out of this later on and keep our identities closed, wear masks and stuff. And Devin's lifelong dream is to see how long it takes him to get a podcast canceled, and I told him he can't do that on this one.
Yeah. That's why I have my muzzle.
My name is Sean. I'm Devin's muzzle.
It's bullshit.
His mother loves me for it.
Yeah, commented, love you, Sean. Not to me. But,
Has she left the house yesterday? Oh no, you're talking about the comment.
I'm talking about the comment on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
That was because we were talking about I thought she hated me because of your stupidity.
Not my stupidity.
It was your stupidity. I asked for a simple task, but we're not getting back into that. We've already discussed that.
We did discuss it, but nobody just randomly asked me for.
But she did tell me bye yesterday when they left, and not you.
Yeah, because I didn't even know she left.
You didn't know they were going anywhere.
I knew Dad was. I knew he was headed out somewhere, but I never saw her get in the Jeep at all.
That's because we were already down the hill. But as we were walking out the house,
probably
she was like,
I wasn't paying much attention.
I mean, I was still trying to die from my eye.
You were, and I had guns already down
It was
currently trying to get other things.
It was horrible. Like I woke up this morning, my eye was swelled shut, and it's better now though. Thank goodness.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I don't want to know what you were gonna say, but just
I can say it. Yeah, you were half an ease. That one was funny. I laughed my ass off with that one yesterday.
It was a good one yesterday. Today,
you're laughing now.
I'm trying to laugh so I don't hit you.
How often does that happen?
A lot. A lot.
Every time we hang out?
Just about.
Yeah, I figured. That's most people.
But anyways, would you like to get into some of our first topics for the day?
Yes, I would love to. It's one that I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's really going to be like a speed round of just different conspiracy theories, like short ones.
This is Devin's test trial for the segment we talked about possibly doing in one of our earlier episodes of Devin's Corner.
Yes.
Where Devin gets to talk about his conspiracy theories, and I have limited interjections. I will ask questions.
No, I like interjections. I do, because then it gives me time to like.
No, because when I'm supposed to interject is to completely cut you off and be like, hey, no, we don't do that.
Well, yeah, those interjections are illegal on this segment.
Yes, on this segment those are, but like I said, they're limited interjections. If he goes too far south, I do have the authority to stop him.
I don't think
that was on our agreement.
I don't think I typically go too far south. Sometimes I've been known to, but
there's been some times where like you're allowed to Brazil, and you're at the South Pole, and I'm talking about like you nosedive that plane real quick, and we're like, okay, Devin, you're done.
We're not going to talk about that conspiracy theory. I'm going to save that for a later date.
I don't even want to know which one that is.
9/11.
Oh.
You talk about planes. You did that. That one wasn't me.
Yeah, I left the door wide open for that one.
You did.
That'll be a special.
That one will be.
We're supposed to have a guest star on that episode.
Yes, that's the plan. My brother-in-law, he wants to do the 9/11 episode.
We'll do that.
So he'll enjoy that one. He has theories that I don't have. That I haven't heard of, and I like. I fuck with that.
I'm cool with that. I do enjoy hearing your new theories.
They're very fun.
They're very entertaining.
They are. I think my favorite one was the how I correlated the bald eagle.
Oh.
Yeah,
that one.
That one was
the day
fun.
You were like super high.
That one was fun.
Did we mention that in the last episode? Or was
not
that,
the last? We've mentioned that before. Though.
We've mentioned some of it, but
yes, I have all of the videos now.
He was awake for 5 minutes, and I was in the kitchen cooking, and had music playing on the TV, and it'd just be random stuff. I know Sean Kingston's "Fire Burning" was one.
Call Me Maybe.
Call Me Maybe.
That was a good one.
Party in the USA.
Yeah, classic. Certified Hood classic.
All I could see is the back of Devin's head from where he was laying against the couch, and his hands over his head. Just, this is my jam.
I love music.
I
love music.
Every time he'd wake up, 5 minutes, spout some random junk, pass back out. Be asleep for 10, wake up for 5. Random bull crap, pass back out. The funniest part was whenever I gave him his plate of food and his yum yum sauce. And he was trying to figure out how to set his plate down and open the bottle of yum yum sauce. I'm like, Devin, just hand me the bottle back and I'll open it. I'm hands free. And he refused to do it. He tried to set it on a table that was cluttered and almost dropped his plate. I'm like, Devin, please, for the love of all things good,
I was like,
just
normally
give me the bottle. He took like 4 bites and went sound asleep. Woke up 30 minutes later and ate half the plate, fell back to sleep.
It was a time. I don't really have any words for that. It was a time. But
Devin wants to have his spicy lemonade again. I've told him no, but I will give our viewers and I'll give Devin his chance of fame. If this video, when we post it, on whatever platform, YouTube, Facebook.
Gets 3 views.
No. No, we have to outdo ourselves. If we can get 15 likes. If we can get 15 likes on Facebook and or YouTube, you can have your spicy lemonade and we'll do a Facebook Live or a TikTok Live.
I can chug it.
Whatever got you there last time.
Fantastic. I love it.
It is your world. If this video gets 15 likes, it'll be your world and we're just living it. And we'll just have a time. Whatever happens, happens.
I'm just going to make 15 Facebook pages.
We got 7 likes on the last video. I think we can get there.
Oh, 100%. But if not, I'll just make 15. I'll just make 15 Facebook accounts.
I'm gonna go to deleting stuff to make sure we stay at 14. You have to realize who has the faster access to the Facebook page.
Who knows more people that know more about computers?
I will delete the Facebook account.
But first one I wanted to talk about was one that you hadn't heard of, and I thought I had a conversation about it with you months ago, because I vividly remember you telling me we can't talk about that because CIA.
No, there was something else you looked up on CIA's website, and I told you don't be on the CIA's website when you're at my house because a lot of stuff you talk about at random times has probably already put me and my fiance on a watch list.
Maybe.
I think if anybody that associates with Devin, I feel like you are on a CIA or FBI watch list.
I mean, it's better than the other lists that some of these other people are on.
I mean, fair enough. That is true. But still, I prefer to not be on any list.
Well, you associate with me, so you're on that one.
Yes, I'm definitely on that list.
I call that the fun list.
I'm glad you do.
I mean, we know I'm not on a no-fly list, so
I mean that's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah.
But that was I forget what you looked up that day. It wasn't this. It was something else we were discussing.
I can't remember.
It was within the past year, I know, because we were at the house. We weren't at the trailer.
I can't remember. I know it was a lot, and you're like, I don't want to hear anything about this.
Yeah, I was like, I want no part in any of this.
But this is the one that got me started down the rabbit hole on the CIA's website was Project Sunstreak. I had seen somebody else talking about it. I was like, there's no fucking way that's real. And I got to look and I was like, holy shit, it is. And basically, in the first page, I say first page. Did I scroll past it? I think I did. No, I didn't.
No.
It's just set up differently than what it was on the phone, I think.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at, it's a little different. I think there's actually more pages there. Because the phone only had 19 pages. Or you had already scrolled down past some of it.
Did I? Oh, no, I think I accidentally scrolled when I threw the phone to you.
Possibly.
Because
instead
of just passing you the phone...
I mean, we're on different sides of the room.
Right. Which I could have got up and been a normal person.
No. Tossing the phone's a lot easier.
It is. Hold on. That was the wrong... Just explain part of it.
So... I've actually seen some videos here lately on different things discussing of a certain object that has not been found and has been lost to time. I'm trying to figure out how to say something without taking away Devin's thunder. A very religious artifact that people have sought for years and years and years and years, and there have been conversations to no end about this. And people say it's here, people say it's there, it's never been found, it's lost to time. Well, supposedly the CIA found it back in, according to what is released to public view on the CIA's website. It was released, the information was declassified to be released to the public August 8th of 2000.
Did you just remember that?
Yes.
Holy shit. I was about to say, it's not on this page.
It's on the very top right there. Approved for release 2008 of 08. But, I mean, I wasn't even looking at that. But I do remember reading that because I was like, that's insane that it was found.
It's the only bold letters there.
And the bad part is, that's when this information was released to the public. Mm-hmm. And that was actually one of the first things I was looking for, at least whenever I was reading some of the document, was when was this project started, completed, worked, whatever, or when was this item found?
So, I don't know exactly when it was found, but the first date mentioned in the file is 1988, is when they have a target of a container. Basically, I can't remember what we said. It's the Ark of the Covenant.
No, I was trying to let you have your thunder.
Yeah, it's the Ark of the Covenant, which is wild.
Yes.
That's in the CIA paperwork.
But apparently the U.S. government has found the Ark of the Covenant, and they had a target location in 1988. So that means between the late 80s and the 90s, they found and retrieved the Ark of the Covenant, and then released some of this information. Because if we could find a way to attach some of these pages to, not right now, but later on, to our video, you can obviously tell that there's information that's been whited out, or because like half the screen's just black or blank. You can tell where someone started writing something, but then there's just certain areas that there's words and there's nothing else beside it. So like, why do you write in the middle of the screen? Why not start from left to right as all typical English writers do?
I was trying to attach it. I did it one time.
We did it with the goldfish, but I never went back and watched the video. No, the video didn't work. It was bad video quality, so we never aired the video. So I don't know if it actually worked or not.
I could probably, I think I scrapped that.
Maybe.
I think I scrapped the whole thing. Anyway.
But, so there's still information within these files that are not released to the public. And it's probably personnel names, where it was located, where it was found, where it's stored.
Right.
Your typical like stuff.
Pages with just white marks everywhere.
Yeah.
And then small snippets of information like
just scattered across the page.
That one says Gary. Or not. That might say gay. I don't know. It says a word that starts with G. It looks gay.
Well, from here it looks like a bunch of different signatures because none of that handwriting is the same.
Right. So this one says wind sound. Violins, open, wood. Anyway,
like I said,
it describes it. It had another container inside of it. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. The target is similar in shape to AOL, a coffin.
We don't know what AOL is.
Yeah. And it's decorated with seraphim, and it gives you a sketch on page 16 that looks like it's written by a child,
I've
is
seen,
like government.
I've seen kid drawings be better, but I mean,
I can draw better, which is insane. But these are government officials, and they don't have the best signature. They're like doctors. They have
they just do scribbles.
Yeah.
That's why I said that one page looked like it was signatures, because you had like 3 names, and then there's obviously a J, and then it's just little squiggly lines directly after that.
Yep. We'll circle back to that in a minute. I just remembered the one you didn't want me to talk about.
Oh no!
But yeah, I have free reign. We're gonna talk about that one. But yeah, I just thought that one was interesting. That's a real thing. And like the documents that are released don't give any
major information of like I said, of when it was found, where it was found, where it's stored.
Yeah, like because this like this one right here, this looks to be possibly an entrance of something.
Possibly,
but again, it's like a little archway.
It's an arch with little lines showing brick,
and then
2 straight lines going down. Yeah, that's.
It's a child's drawing, is what it looks like. This one's a tank, which is just hilarious.
Maybe not necessarily a tank, because
it looks like a tank.
But if you look at the flat line at the front, it could possibly be a bulldozer.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense, actually.
Who's the genius now?
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. But I'm also thinking military. I'm like, tank.
Yeah, I mean, it is government affiliated, but
that's the best drawing. Is like the corner of the box.
Yes, and that's what kills me. It's like you just have random snippets of information, and it's just all over the page. You can't really distinguish.
They mention mummies in it. That one says watched by what looks to be the word horde. It looks like the word horde.
Man, I mean, they have a question mark out behind it, so there's no telling what somebody was trying to say.
Right, and then right under it, it says mummies.
Okay, and that's probably what, right there in that, someone probably wrote whores or something other, maybe by mistake, maybe they were writing and had a conversation, wrote the wrong word.
Ah, here we go. It mentions it's decorated with seraphim, the angels and all that. That is a drawing of it. That looks more like a griffin.
Yes, the only thing that makes it not griffin-like is the fact it doesn't have forward legs.
Correct.
But I thought the same thing. I mean, if you look at any banner that has a griffin on it, it's in that same posed. It doesn't have the upper feet going out from it.
Mm-hmm. But it's so weird. I don't know exactly where they found it.
One day, guys, we will have an IT person on hand, hopefully, to maybe help us with this simple work that is like absolute rocket science to us. Because I've said this time and time and time again, that we are very bad with technology. We're hands-on people, and we do our best work with our hands. So dealing with technology is a little bit above our pay grade.
The purpose of the target being the Ark of the Covenant, supposedly, is to bring a people together. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, homage, the resurrection. There is an aspect of spirituality, information, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. To read this in a government document,
yes,
is insane.
And
it's fucking crazy to me.
Speaking of that, because the Catholic Church has an entire department dedicated to finding artifacts, Christian artifacts, the Holy Grail, the Spear of Destiny, the Ark of the Covenant. And that's like, I saw a video years and years and years ago. There's a lot of Catholic churches, as you know, and I know somebody is fixing to get mad at me for this one, but I don't want to say essentially worship Mary, but they hold her in a very high standing.
Yes.
Because they have statues of Mary in a lot of Catholic churches.
Correct.
And there's churches all over the world that have been like, oh my goodness, our statue of Mary is crying blood tears.
Mm-hmm.
The Catholic Church will send a priest or a bishop to go and investigate this statue and figure out, like, they'll do x-rays, all kinds of scans, and see if it is a true thing dealing with the statue, or if it is or if it's a hoax, just whatever. And they confiscate a lot of these statues and never explain as to why it did what it did, or what's going on with the statue, or anything. I mean, like, they just send in a crew and remove the entire statue without telling them what is possibly causing this stone sculpture to cry tears of blood. And I figure if the CIA found something like that and was willing to release some of the document, at some point the Catholic Church had to get involved, and the U.S. government turned the Ark of the Covenant over to them. Because it is such a holy relic, I guess you would call it.
It's in South America.
What is?
Those coordinates.
Oh. So, I was wondering what you're doing, and I thought that's what you're doing.
Yep.
But so, in the documents, there are a set of coordinates of where this team was sent to inspect and figure out where the target, aka the Ark of the Covenant, was, and that's what they refer to it in the documents as, is the target.
Bogota.
So, Bogota, where?
It's in South America. It's over in Colombia.
Colombia?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
When I typed it in originally, it took me to the UK. Yeah. And then it automatically swapped to the coordinates around. So I swapped them back. That's what. Coordinates.
You're going to like this.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you're definitely on the list now. I probably am.
Oh yeah, this conversation's definitely got us on the list. Yeah. But, who spent a lot of time researching stuff during a certain war and had a lot of global treasures that just disappeared whenever the war was coming to an end and was never found again, and they fled to South America?
Oh. Wait.
Do you want to say the name, or should I?
I mean,
I'm trying to give you your aha moment.
I mean, it's Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, the Nazis.
Yeah.
The Nazis did flee to South America at the end of the war. A lot of their hundreds of readings and findings of.
So what you're alluding to the fact that
the Nazis
had the Ark of the Covenant.
The Nazis had the Ark of the Covenant and fled to South America with it.
Wait, isn't that part of the plot of an Indiana Jones movie?
I think. I think it is.
What the fuck?
Maybe Hollywood knows a little more than what they let on.
I haven't watched Indiana Jones in so long. I need to go back and rewatch it to see if that's part of the plot. Holy shit, if it is.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I'm the one that put us on the list this time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. I didn't think about that. Boy, oh, boy.
Someone call Harrison Ford. He knows. He knows something.
But yes, I don't remember if they went to South America, but technically in the movie you're talking about, Indiana Jones is looking for the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Covenant.
I know he fought Nazis.
Yes.
And like a couple of them.
Like most of them.
Yeah. I saw the first one.
I've watched.
No. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Was that the first one? I don't know which
Raiders of the Lost Ark is the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name of it. But yeah. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That was the only one I saw, and I was like 7 when I saw it.
Yeah, I've never watched all of the Indiana Jones movies completely. I've seen bits and pieces of each and every one.
Yeah.
But there is one where they find the Ark of the Covenant. I don't remember where they were when they found it. I think they were in. At one point, he's in Egypt and he finds something, and the Nazis come and take it from him, and they open it up, and it kills all the Nazis, and then it seals itself back up, and it's I mean, you have the internet right there at your fingertips. You could literally look up.
I was looking up something
else. Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Plot line, something. And there's probably going to be somebody that watches this video and be like, these imbeciles know nothing of culture.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the scene where...
Yeah, the guy's swinging the swords around, he just
cool.
pops him.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, I'd do the same.
Well, I think that... I don't think that was supposed to be in the script. I think Harrison Ford had to take a shit. And he didn't want to film the whole fight. That's what I've always been told.
I've never heard that. That's very interesting. Yeah. I have not heard that.
Yeah, but it fit with the character.
Yeah. I mean, he packed a pistol and a bullwhip, and obviously, sword versus bullwhip, sword's not going to win.
Tries to beat a band of Nazis to a unique religious relic. Yeah, I mean, maybe they knew something.
But I don't think they go to South America in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I do believe they're in Egypt or a I don't think they're in.
I think it is. I think it's Cairo, Egypt.
Yes.
No. Okay. South America.
Oh.
Nepal and Egypt, and of course U.S.
Yeah, I mean that's where they start out whenever he gets the job to go find it.
Yeah.
But
it says South America, U.S., Nepal.
I knew they were in Egypt, but like I said, it's been years since I've seen some of the film.
Honestly, this conversation's the first time I thought about Indiana Jones in a while.
I guess we need to watch Indiana Jones, and we were watching National Treasures earlier, and I mean that was.
I love Nicolas Cage, great actor, my favorite.
Oh, he's great.
He's I mean, not an amazing actor, but I love Nicolas Cage.
I do. He does a lot of good movies, but National Treasure is a very good movie.
Face Off was like my favorite. That was a good movie.
Classic. What was the one where he's psychic? He can like see the future.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
Oh man,
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I wish I could think of it right now, but I can't. I know I can't.
I'm gonna GTS this.
There you go. But hands down, my favorite Nicolas Cage movie is Gone in 60 Seconds. But I mean, I'm a car guy, so what can I say? And
what just happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'll fix that in a minute. The thing went away.
I saw it went away, but I didn't know what you're talking about. Do you want to check and make sure we're still recording before you continue? Because if we're not recording...
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I didn't fuck that up.
I'm sorry, guys. Devin does things very fast at times on the computer, and things happen, and so I kind of have to question him because you never know. He's liable to cut a recording short, and then we leave y'all on a...
Stop.
We leave y'all on a cliffhanger, and y'all have no idea what's going on or what's happening.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
I mean, yeah, we really don't. We're a runaway train with no brakes. Just kind of trying to figure it out. Next, that's it. Next is a great movie, but still, Gone in 60 Seconds is hands down my most favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
How the hell did we get to Nicolas Cage?
I was talking about we watched
National Treasure.
National Treasure.
That's right.
Because we were talking about Indiana Jones and National Treasure, but
National Treasure is a better movie.
Very.
That might make some people mad.
Oh, I can hear the keyboards burning.
Yeah. Oh, how dare you say that about
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is an amazing actor. He is great. I do like him.
Great actor.
But
he's no Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah.
Nicolas Cage gave us Ghost Rider.
I forgot about that.
Great
the second one,
so stupid.
Second one was trash.
Both of them are bad movies, but they're fun.
I don't know. For the time that the first one come out was not that bad. Looking back at it, you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of bad.
I rewatched it a couple months ago. It's it's a hard watch.
I bet watching it now is a very hard watch. But the second one, it was painful to watch.
That one was a bad one.
It was just, oh my gosh. It made no sense whatsoever. And
But you did have Sam Elliott in him.
Yeah.
I mean, he saved the movie.
Yeah,
him and Nicolas Cage.
That's the best two parts of the first one.
Oh, 100%.
No, that was not her. I was trying to think of who the love interest was in the first one. I can't think of her name. Her, Sam Elliott, and Nicolas Cage are what held that movie together.
I can't think of her name. I'm bad with actors that aren't like just huge names. Anyway.
I mean, she's a fairly big actress. She's played in a lot of stuff. I can't think of her name to save my life.
The plot line is very forgettable.
It kind of is.
He turns into a flaming skeleton. I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And everything else is just.
As nothing. A kid, that's the coolest part about it. His bike transforms with him. He rides around on a motorcycle.
It's badass.
Yeah.
It's the most dude bro movie ever.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
That is what put a lot of like 7 and 8 year old kids back in the day to be like, I want to be a biker.
Yeah.
And now they're just douchebags that think they're cool.
Every time I think about biker, I think of the South Park episode with the bikers. just the annoying ass Harley riders.
Oh yeah, my favorite South Park episode is the one where they get lost in the jungle.
Oh, the worst one?
No, my favorite one.
Oh, holy shit! Everybody fucking hates that one.
There's
There's
a select scene in that one that I like.
No, I'm thinking of the one where they're lost at sea. No, that is the same one.
Because Cartman's like, "You guys going this way? I'm going this way."
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah,
I'm thinking they brought in some live action shit for the one I was thinking of.
No,
I don't yeah, that was a.
I don't even know which one you're thinking of. But no, like.
South Park's my show. I love
South Park is hilarious.
That's my show.
As a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch it, so it wasn't until I got older that I actually watched it.
We weren't either, but you know.
Well, you've been a heathen your whole life. I mean, my parents probably look at me as a heathen too.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You know, but the second conspiracy theory that I want to talk about, this one I have more in-depth thoughts of. You remember it now. This is the one you did.
I just read that one. It's not that I didn't want you to talk about this one. It's not... Because you try to say earlier that I figured this was going to put us on a list. This is not the one I thought was going to put us on a list.
I don't know which one you were talking about.
I don't remember which one. There's one out there that we talked about. I'm like... And this was whenever we were still in the grounds of like... We should do a podcast.
Faking a vampire attack?
No, not that one either.
Not that one?
No, because I mean, CIA does a lot of crazy stuff anyways.
Yeah.
But no, this one I don't have a problem with. You want to do this one for our very first episode. I'm like,
but I like
that
it.
It's literally
fun.
us learning to not even drive the car, crank the car. It instantly diving it off a cliff. I was like, this cannot be our first episode. We have to give it some time. Let's maybe build a fan base, kind of get some people out there. And we're essentially restarting because we took 6 months off because life got crazy.
It wasn't quite 6 months.
It was a good minute between our last post from our last post.
It was this year.
Before it got. No, we hadn't made a post since last year. Before the one we released the other week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we hadn't released anything since before Christmas, maybe before Thanksgiving.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yes. Like
might be close to 6 months.
It's close to 6 months, if not right at. Because our next episode we released one before Christmas because our next one was supposed to be the weekend after Christmas, and I was out of town. You were busy. When we both got back in town.
No, that's right. We did do another one. And then I forgot to plug in the mics.
No, that one was even later. That was like closer to New Year's.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We were supposed to do one before or between Christmas and New Year's, as we were talking about doing a New Year's special or a Christmas special something. We were gonna be a little festive, and
that's right because I was gonna wear my Christmas ghost face mask.
Yes, you are, and like I said. I was out of town, or we got busy. Life was hectic, and then we just have been running to catch up, and we didn't actually recover until well after the holidays.
That's right.
But anyways, this is not the one I was worried about. There's another one out there. I'll have to think about it.
There's a cave in Missouri that the government keeps a bunch of cheese in. And my whole thought process, this isn't like secret, not groundbreaking. I mean, if you break the ground, you're going to find cheese. But this bleeds into my conspiracy theory. Yeah, I'll take one. But I'll get into that when I explain the cheese caves. But back in the 80s, they had the milk campaigns with Got Milk and all that to help the dairy farmers sell more. So you had everybody getting really strong bones. I think that's a problem with today's kids. They're not drinking enough milk.
Everybody's lactose intolerant. No one can drink milk anymore.
I think that's bullshit. I think they need to be more tolerant. You know, I'm the most tolerant person there.
Well, you're not very tolerable.
But I'm tolerant.
You're tolerant.
No, I don't tolerate people. I'm not. That's a lie.
Yeah. So see, I was right either way. I went with that. You're not very tolerant.
I couldn't even.
There's very few people that tolerate you.
Yeah.
Me being one.
Yeah, and it's barely.
I feel like if the rest of our friend group circle realized how much time me and you spent together, they would literally look at me and be like, how?
Yeah, exactly.
Just instantly. I mean, we did call your best friend twice yesterday, and she was like, if y'all need me again, call me, and I will yell at him. Because she knows. She knows.
I didn't do anything. Like, I forget. I asked how many beers it would take to get a horse drunk. Anyway,
see, I missed that half of the conversation. All you told me was, do they have horse jails? Because horses aren't allowed in bars in Alaska.
Yeah. Which is a law. And I'm like...
There's another law that, I forget what state it's in. You mentioned it, and you're not allowed to walk a moose in the front door of a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to keep a guy from, I think the bar owner, from bringing his pet moose to the bar, which was
he kept getting drunk.
Yes, he kept getting the moose drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a full-grown bull moose that he was bringing inside this bar.
I think it might have been Alaskan. I was confusing a moose with a bull. Or not a bull.
Moose with a horse?
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe.
I think that's what it was.
They both walk on 4 legs.
There's still a... Not to mention the massive size difference.
I mean, you know, if you squint really hard, they might look similar.
Maybe if you drink all the alcohol within the county and saw him at like...
You gotta keep it away from
500 yards? No, you drink it.
Yeah, but you gotta drink it to keep away from him because obviously he has a problem.
Apparently so. Maybe the moose needs AA.
Right.
But... And he was like 600 yards away, you might can mistake him for a horse.
Maybe.
But I mean, I feel like that's a very hard thing to confuse.
I don't know. I haven't seen horses and moose, or meese. Is the plural mooses and meese?
Get back on your cheese caves, please. I'm done with this topic. Go back to the cheese caves, for the love of Christ.
So anyway, in Missouri, there's cheese caves because they had an abundance of dairy products. So where do you put them?
They had more,
according to the U.S. government, fucking underground in this massive cave. Said, I wish I could pull that shit up and put it on the screen.
That would be nice.
I'll eventually figure out how to do that
one day.
But it's this massive limestone cave, just rows and rows of just pallets upon pallets of government cheese. So my whole thinking,
and it's not like you can just waltz in there and buy the cheese.
They're handing this out like on welfare. That's where you get the term government cheese from.
But at the same time, the caves themselves are very heavily guarded.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you pull up to the caves and be like, hey, I need 6 tons of cheese. to go hand out to the needy and the homeless. Yeah.
It's all government mandated.
Yes.
But my whole thought process behind it was, now you have a lot of these companies. I say companies. Well, they are companies. Like fast food restaurants with like their pickle burgers and all this bullshit with.
Oh, back whenever Popeyes and Sonic and everybody was making like pickle drinks, pickle this, pickle that.
Everything was pickle, and hey,
everybody and their mama done it.
Yeah, but they're like really pushing pickles for whatever reason. I think
they were back then. That was whenever you first brought this up. That was middle of last year, first of last year.
Middle of last year, I believe.
Middle, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were doing it for a while.
We had the shop.
So I'm thinking eventually, if I guess the pickle companies they're needing to sell more pickles for whatever reason. They got too many of them. Too many of the cucumbers fell in the vinegar, and they're like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do with all these damn pickles?" I don't know how this shit works.
What I figure happened was these multiple companies, or one or two companies, ran a census like they always do, trying new stuff. They had their little test group. They're like, hey, try these like 6 new burgers and 5 new shakes and these different flavored stuff that we have, and tell us what you like the best. And their test group showed that people were liking pickled flavored drinks or pickle flavored stuff more. Maybe. So they decided, oh, hey, let's launch this whole new line of pickle junk, because that's what society likes at this moment. And granted, when everything was released, everybody and their mama went and got some. Mm-hmm. Whether it was the pickle battered chicken sandwich, the pickle battered fries, the fries.
You said flies.
I said fries.
Okay. Continue. I told you I'm on my bullshit.
I can tell. Their pickle slushies, whatever else they could come up with and make.
Right.
And
it's always the Grillo pickles.
Whenever another company realized they were fixing to launch this or had already launched it and were doing so well, the next one picked it up. Then the next. Then the next. And just like anything else, when something good works and is happening and makes the company money, other companies are going to follow, regardless of whatever their ordeal is supposed to be.
Right, it's the nature of competition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can't let competition A outdo you, and you have to outdo competition B before they can get better than you. And so the companies that were able to do those things done them.
Right.
Which wasn't, like I said, all I ever remember seeing was Sonic had that line of stuff, and then Popeyes followed shortly after, and that was all I saw about the pickles.
Well, you also have like a weird like fascination with pickles. Like in each state, like there's some states that have pickle mascots and shit. You have like pickle statues
I know nowhere that has a pickle mascot.
Anyway, I had another thought. I think it's Ohio. They have like this giant cornfield. There's no corn. It's like statues of corn. Fucking weird. Bethany did a whole project on it. It's fucking hilarious.
We'll have to circle back to that topic. And Bethany will have to because she's done a project on it. Because I'm impressed that you have enough information on something like that to do a school project on.
Mothman was also involved in that.
Oh gosh.
That was a fun one. I sat up with her till 3 o'clock in the morning working on that shit.
I'm gonna regret this, but we'll have to get Bethany on the podcast to talk about Mothman and the farm. Hopefully by then we'll figure out the process of
putting shit on the screen.
Yes.
One day. I'll figure that out. It's probably a quick Google search and I can figure it out. Anyway, with the pickle things, I think when society inevitably collapses, because it will,
obviously, and all good things do come to an end.
Right, and you're gonna have like future people discover the cheese caves,
they're gonna think
we worshipped. Like you have the Cheeseheads in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
the Green Bay Packers.
Yep. And they're really obsessed with cheese. They're gonna think that we worship cheese and pickles. They're gonna think that
without finding the cheese caves, if they find Wisconsin, mm-hmm. they're gonna think that anyways because of all the Cheeseheads.
Right.
And no hate to the Green Bay Packers. I know a guy that is a diehard Packers fan. Like mm-hmm. If he puts a sports bet in, it doesn't make a difference what the standings are, what the stats are. He is betting on the Packers, and he will sit at his house and in his living room wearing his Packers jersey and his Cheesehead, sitting on his couch with his wife and kids. Mm-hmm. And that kind of commitment right there. If we put more commitment the way he does into relationships, friendships, and general care for society, this world would be a whole other place.
Probably. But the future people are going to think that we worship Jesus Christ. and baptize people in pickle brine. My whole conspiracy theory was just an elaborate setup for a fucking joke.
I know. And the fact that I knew the punchline was coming and it still caught me like this. Because when you said Jesus Christ, the entire first conversation come right back. I'm like, I hate you so much. The fact that this entire episode was a build-up for a joke and I didn't catch it. Because you're like, oh yeah, I have some conspiracy theories we can talk about. All right, cool. We have no other information to go off of. Whatever. Look, hey, we were talking about it yesterday. I was like, hey, look, send me whatever you want to talk about. I'll do some research on. We'll have a great little conversation. We'll jump back and forth like we normally do. Whatever. And then it never hit me while you were showing me the Ark of the Covenant stuff. And even whenever I looked on the screen and I could see the government cheese caves, that is where you were going with this entire thing.
That might have been my most elaborate joke.
Yes. Because I'm like, okay.
Commitment to the bit.
The commitment is impeccable. Just bravo.
You're welcome.
Somebody get this man a Grammy before I kill him.
Grammys are for music.
Whatever. Academy Award, whatever it is. I don't even care. Because I'm just thinking this is a standard episode. This whole entire time, you've been plotting this from the get.
For 58 minutes.
We've just been going on. Hey man, we're here, we're having fun, we're going about it. And you're just, for Jesus Christ. I'm like, oh, you dirty, oh man.
I mean, that's what they would probably call him. Maybe.
I highly doubt it.
No, it looks like we worship cheese. We have a fucking cave full of cheese.
And the bad part is the cave
got milk.
The bad part
Drink
is
this in remembrance of me. It's a glass of 2%.
Their communion is gonna be milk and pickles.
What a terrible combination.
Eat this in my pickleness.
I mean, you do have like charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
They have pickles and cheese on them. The bread's like the crackers you get at church. But like less styrofoamy.
But the real bad part is so granted other nations probably know the same stuff because it is public information. It is on the internet.
Right.
But you have to think, at some point, if we ever went to nuclear war or any kind of World War III, somebody is going to mistakenly bomb these cheese caves thinking that it is a top secret.
Nacho cheese is going to run in the fucking streets.
Radioactive cheese will fill the mountainside.
Honestly, that's fucking hilarious.
I mean, just think. You're the guy that selects the coordinates. You're like, This is a top secret government facility. No one goes here. Nobody comes in. Nobody goes out. This is where all the high personnel are hiding. Launch our multi-million-dollar nuke that we fought years to get the materials
Send it to Missouri.
Send it to Missouri. And blow it to Kingdom Come.
Everybody's drowning in fucking cheese.
Yeah, it's just radioactive cheese everywhere. And then 2 weeks later, whenever they realize what they hit, they look at that guy that punched in the coordinates.
Mexican restaurants are going to be opening so fast after that. Every street corner.
Everybody else in the room is going to turn collectively and look at that guy that hit the coordinates and be like, did you really not know where we were aiming? Like, you hit nothing. We killed a half dozen security guards and did nothing to their infrastructure.
They just see yellow.
Yeah, just yellow.
What the fuck is that?
They look at the crater and it's just a pool of yellow. Cheese Lake.
Cheese Lake. Oh my god.
It'd be like every kid's dream. Just
that's how I want World War III to go.
Just give you a radioactive cheese lake.
We need some fun things in the history books.
That would be one of them.
That'd be like, what?
This unknown company accidentally bombed our cheese caves and then made Cheese Lake. Do not go there. It is highly radioactive for the next 57 years.
Radioactive cheese. Everybody's getting food poisoning from the Mexican restaurants.
There would be idiots like you that would go out there with a full bag of Tostinos and be like, I'm going to get me some free cheese. And just go to scooping and eating, and then you die 20 minutes later due to radiation.
I'd be the one that like just takes bags out there and leaves them. Go to the Halloween store and get a bunch of fake skeletons, lay them everywhere.
You would set up a booth selling the concession stand holders for the chips, and be like, buy this for $5 and then go get your own cheese all you want.
I don't know. You might need to lead line them.
It's not gonna matter. They're dipping the chips in radioactive cheese.
Yeah, but you need to get them in the container. I don't know how radioactive they are.
I mean, the chips won't be.
The cheese will. Chips.
You set up like
I just sell the chips.
Yeah, you sell the chips as they're driving to Cheese Lake.
I got it set up like 2 miles out.
Yep, there you go. Just far enough to where the little radiation meters like barely tick.
Oh, okay, so I need to be 5 miles up.
Yeah,
perfect.
Depending on the size of the bomb they drop.
It should be about 5 miles.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I did some research on that.
Oh,
not for this one. I forget why I was asking. No, I went back to the goldfish.
Oh yeah, you're definitely on the list. Oh, the goldfish. I told you about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that at work the other day. We were very slow.
I can tell. I need to ask that guy if he can send me those pictures. I have a friend that works at a nuclear reactor. I will not say where or who, just for
I know a couple people that work at a nuclear reactor.
Legal reasons, because I don't want to cost anybody their jobs or have any issues. Granted, we're already on a watch list, so whoop-de-doodle-doo. But so one reactor is shut down, the other one is still operational. It's not shut down due to like hazardous issues or anything of the such.
Mm-hmm.
It was just time to call it quits on that one and run the other one. A guy in the office, his kids had won 2 goldfish at the little county fair, and he took the fish and put them on his desk at work. Had the fish sitting there chilling. They'd been there for weeks. Well, somebody from like safety come in and was like, hey, you can't have these fish here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get rid of them. Well, instead of taking the fish home, he goes over to this other side of the reactor that has a bunch of lower rooms that are just flooded and releases these goldfish. Well, it just so happens that it is a male and female goldfish. They reproduce, and now there's an entire school of goldfish that swim around in the flooded areas of this reactor. The guy I know occasionally on his breaks will take time and go over to the other reactor and feed the fish. And he says you can sit there for hours and just throw stuff in the water, and just schools and schools and schools of these goldfish will swim up to the top. There's hundreds of goldfish.
It's been doing that.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
It's wanting me to restart it for an update.
Oh. But,
I've been telling it to wait an hour.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that today. But there's hundreds of goldfish swimming around in these flooded areas of this old rundown reactor. So they have some, because granted the reactor's been shut down for years,
right.
But there's still remnants of radiation flickering around here and there. Right. Nothing to kill or mutate you, but I mean, they have to have something.
Yeah, an extra gill.
I doubt it'd even be that.
Probably not that. I don't know. Maybe they got like a fucked up fin like Nemo does.
Maybe, but like. It probably, I think it's called a Geiger meter?
Geiger counter.
Yeah. Geiger counter. Mm-hmm. It'd probably be enough to like make a Geiger counter like a little bit, but never just like trip out. But again, I don't know when the reactor was shut down.
Because you can take a Geiger counter to like flea markets, and you can there's a bunch of people that look for those like green plates and shit.
Yeah,
they're radioactive.
Yeah,
and it'll make a Geiger counter.
That's probably the old school watches that had the glow in the dark.
Yep.
It killed a lot of people because they would lick their brushes and they didn't realize that the paint that they were using to make the hand, not necessarily the hands, but the marks on the watch glow was radioactive, and it killed a lot of people.
Yep.
I didn't know that about the flea market stuff though.
Oh yeah, dude. I know like 3 or 4 people that go out and search for like the green dishes and bowls and plates and all that type of shit. Random houseware that like glows. It's weird shit.
Interesting.
People collect all types of shit.
Yeah, there's a collection for just about everything nowadays.
Yeah, the Beanie Baby people.
Oh wow. I'm essentially the Beanie.
That one dude in Japan that has the largest Hello Kitty collection.
Oh,
I think he's a pedophile.
That, or he is extremely not autistic, but what is it whenever your brain doesn't fully develop and you continue to have the mindset of a kid?
I forget the exact.
I don't know the term for it, but it's a legit thing.
Like, yeah, I forget the medical term. You
can be a 40-year-old man and you have the mindset of a 10-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm. I forget what that's called.
I don't know what it's called, but
I have Googled
he could be that. I mean, you don't know. I mean,
I haven't thought.
But I mean, based off of some of the videos I have seen of that guy, yeah, he might be.
Right.
He might be.
Right. Which that whole rabbit hole I got down because we were ordering sushi from the place next door to us, and on the menu it said Japanese Sprite, and I was like, well, what's a Japanese Sprite? Because that was the only Japanese drink they had, but they didn't have Sprite with the Cokes and everything. They just had Japanese Sprite. What is that? I've been in this place. They have regular Sprite.
Yeah.
So I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out what the hell Japanese Sprite. Long story short, doesn't exist. It's just Sprite.
Just Sprite with like an extra $2 charge.
No. Oh. It was the same price. Like, made no sense. But Japanese Sprite apparently doesn't exist. But somehow we found out that Hello Kitty's not a cat. Fucking weird. Some British girl dressed up as a cat, but not a cat. Weird. Whole rabbit hole. Then we found out that this dude had the largest Hello Kitty collection in the world. He's in Japan because apparently the Japanese love Hello Kitty, even though I think it's a British invention. Or they came out in Britain.
I don't know what Hello Kitty is.
It's fucking weird. We went down a whole rabbit hole. Again, we were slow that day.
Yeah. Y'all must be very slow most days.
Not most days, but some days we just get on like tangents of things. That one was an interesting one. We didn't eat for a while. We were like trying to figure out what was going on.
Y'all let the food get cold.
No, we didn't order it. Oh. We hadn't ordered it. We were trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I just give up on eating. But
let's see.
There was something else. No, I mean Japanese are like Hello Kitty. There's a lot of stuff that they're like very into, and it would kind of surprise you once you figure it out.
Japan's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Japan's pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind going and like checking out the nightlife of Japan.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty cool people. They're real chill. I feel like I haven't met many.
I don't know.
Other than like the Japanese spots around town, they're pretty cool people. Yeah, I fuck with them.
But I think that's about it for the day.
I think so. I got my long-winded joke out.
Yeah, I'll get my revenge later on.
I'm sure you're plotting it now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll get my payback one day.
One day.
One day. But anyways, been great chatting with y'all.
Absolutely.
You have a great night, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace.